Welcome back, guys. We are continuing on with this Making Williams Great Again challenge, and we are at the Red Bull Ring, and this is the second sprint race of the season. So we'll see how we get on. Now, I've decided not to change out my gearbox on Zhou. I thought I'd just try and get one more race out of it, because when you have to do a sprint race followed by a normal race, there is quite a high chance of having an accident. And I didn't want to put a fresh gearbox in and then get it destroyed. So I thought, with it being a sprint race, I'll just leave in the old one. So the qualifying's gone really well. Zhou has finished in 13th and Albon in 17th. So it went really well for Zhou anyway, just average for Albon. So it looks like the mediums are the best tyre option. Right. I think we are good to go. We could just put the aggression up just for the first couple of laps. Right, let's go.
We're ready for 24 laps around the Red Bull Ring. Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So the Williams cars do seem to perform quite well around the Red Bull Ring. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I think we should, as long as we don't have an accident, get a fairly decent result. So we've gained the position with both cars off the start. So that's promising.
GMS good. 30 to 13. Next car ahead of you is Magnussen.
That was a great overtake by Albon then. He's putting pressure on Norris as well. Yeah, he's doing well. Another overtake. Promising. Looks like Zhou has gained another place as well.
It's a long race, so keep focus.
Like we're going to get another position here. And he secured it as well.
Copy.
Yeah, we're back on level.
Surely he's not going to take Gasly as well. Joe's gone up another position.
Doing what you're doing. You're currently P11.
Now, obviously, we have run out of battery now, and we are going to have to calm down on the fuel usage. But I'm happy with the positions that we've got up to. So, I think we should just go on to standard racing for now, and just see if we can
Manage these tires.
secure
Yeah.
the positions that we've managed to take.
You can afford to drop back.
Leave 4 increase, please.
So Joe has actually got DRS on Hulkenberg, and Hulkenberg hasn't got DRS. Oh, it looks like he has got DRS now. But that was another great overtake on Gasly, and that's without using any of our aggression. And Joe is really putting pressure on Hulkenberg as well. So, like I said, the Williams seem to perform really well around the Red Bull Ring.
Keep pushing.
So we just have to pray that we don't get into any accidents. So Albon is just out of DRS on Joe. So I might just push a little bit more with Albon.
Happy to increase pace.
Yes. Doing good. You're currently P10.
Yeah, unfortunately, because we just dropped out of DRS range. Gasly got the DRS on us.
Keep pushing.
Gasly's also now got within DRS of Hulkenberg as well, so it's a little bit unfortunate that was. We can try to take him here, but if we don't manage to take him on the next straight, then I'll change the settings back down to normal. Looks like he is going to take him though. He's got the inside line on the corner as well, so that's looking really promising. Ooh, there's almost an accident behind us. So Hulkenberg has just got the DRS on Joe, unfortunately. I might try and push away with Joe
Pushing on, pushing on.
just to break the DRS.
Yeah.
Nah, it's too close. He's already within 0.2. I'll do it for one lap, just to see. Yeah, it's looking like this is the position that we're going to have to settle for. Joe has managed to stay ahead of Hulkenberg for now. But I'm pretty sure there's too many DRS sections on this race. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to break the toe with Hulkenberg. Unless I can put pressure on him with Albon. But we're getting into the position here where we're using too much fuel and we're going to have to start conserving. So let's give it one more lap of trying to get ahead of Hulkenberg, and then I'll have to start conserving fuel after this lap. Gave it a good go, but Hulkenberg covered off the inside line. Ooh, he might have got him. I think he's got him. Oh, that's excellent. Right, fantastic. So it's time to conserve
Okay, good job.
our fuel now.
Copy.
Or is he going to overtake me straight away?
Is time
No,
starting
not quite.
time management? Copy.
Okay,
Starting to increase the lifting coast now.
let's see how long we can stay ahead of Hulkenberg while conserving the fuel. It's putting a lot of pressure on us already, so probably not going to last too long, but having two of our cars both conserving is going to give the DRS advantage to the second car, which is Albon, which is going to make it much harder for Hulkenberg to overtake Albon. So I think we're in a good position here. Just need to pray that we don't have any accidents.
As soon as I try to race anyone, I just have no chance.
Okay, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Well, we're making a nice little roadblock, making it difficult for Hulkenberg to overtake. Let's see if Magnussen has any better luck. No, looks like we're managing to keep him behind. There's a safety car, so
Let's crack on.
let's have a little think now. Obviously, we don't want to pit. We're going to get quite a lot of fuel back from the safety car, so we don't need to conserve any longer. We're going to get some electrical deployment back. So what do we want to do on the restart? That's the thing. Zhou is the one in front, so do we try and overtake Russell? It sounds like a stupid idea. So I think I might save my battery for defending rather than trying to overtake Russell. So yeah, I'll just leave everything on standard.
And here
For
we've
the
got a yellow
restart.
flag.
Let's have a look, see what happened in the crash. The two Mercedes took each other out. That's fantastic. So Hamilton's out of the race. That is brilliant.
Safety car.
Now, unfortunately, to get any points on a
Zero.
sprint race, you need to finish 8th. But Russell has got a 5-second penalty. So there's a chance that we can finish 8th and get a point here.
Debris.
We just need to stay within 5 seconds of Russell.
He's okay. All is okay.
So, I mean, he might have sustained some damage.
Further rain expected.
We've got wet weather predicted. Okay. It's barely anything. It shouldn't make any difference. Right, well, this wet weather, anything could happen if it's enough to actually need us to change tyres. This is going to be interesting if it does require a change of tyres. So let's see what happens.
I think the rain that started a bit.
Right, let's have a look. Right, so we've obviously got quite a lot of fuel saved up from this safety car. I don't think there's any point in using it straight away. And again, we've actually got tons of fuel. So yeah, I think we are just going to push immediately. And I might even try and overtake Russell. So I'm just going to use the deployment with Joe, just to see if he can overtake Russell. Because if I can manage to overtake him and keep him slowed down, even if it's only for a couple of laps,
Safety car in this lap. So just
then
before we start.
that might prevent him from extending a 5-second lead on us.
Copy.
Okay, we haven't really got enough tyre to be able to use the tyres at all. We just need to make sure that Joe doesn't get a second ahead of Albon. So Russell has overtaken Ocon. Albon is falling behind, so we're going to have to deploy.
Okay, press and hold overtake.
Okay.
Let's go a little bit of attack on the
We can push
tyres
on
as
now.
well.
Okay.
DRS enabled.
Yeah, I feel like I need to slow down a bit with Joe,
Recharge.
Copy.
otherwise Albon's going to be under pressure. Okay, we're back within range again.
Okay.
Should I use a bit of tyre to try and get second ahead of Hulkenberg? Might be worth it. Go on, let's do it.
Focus and push.
No, it's not going to happen.
Okay, happy to manage tyres short term.
Yeah.
Back off pit, please. DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Okay, so we're currently 2 seconds behind
Currently
Russell,
low.
Yeah, copy.
with 5 laps remaining. I highly doubt I'm going to be able to remain within 5 seconds because Russell's got the DRS. You never know. So we're 3.3 seconds behind with 3.5 laps to go. 4 seconds behind now. It's going to be tight. He's overtaken Ocon. It's going to be tight. Joe's actually falling behind a little bit here.
So you can increase the pace.
So let's just slow Albon down slightly.
Yep, copy.
2 laps to go.
Okay, copy.
Right, I think that's enough.
Just keep the pace up.
Copy.
Got 2 laps to go.
This is the last lap.
Priority manage tires now.
Copy.
Well, we haven't managed to crash into each other so far. We're on the last lap. Fingers crossed.
Just
Okay, it's
focus.
looking good. Let's attack with Joe.
You can increase the pace.
See if we can stay ahead of Hulkenberg.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Well, that's a fantastic sprint race result for us, but unfortunately no points scored. It's a bit of a shame, but still, fantastic result, 9th and 10th.
Today's sprint. The time is almost.
Right, it's time for the proper race now. Okay. How's the gearbox doing? 31%. It should stay good enough for the whole race. Let's hope we don't have a failure. I don't really know how the failures work in this game. I don't know if it needs to drop all the way down to 0% or if there's a chance that it can fail when it's below a certain threshold. So let's have a look. It shouldn't be raining. So there's no rain. So the one stop is 5 seconds slower, but we're not going to get stuck behind other cars. So I think the one stop is the way to go. Does mean that we're going to be in a little bit of trouble for a couple of laps. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. But I do think that the one stop is the way to go. Okay. We're not going to be able to push on the tyres at all, unfortunately. Alright, let's just have a quick look. He's actually starting in 8th and 10th. So maybe he got a 10-second penalty and we did score a point. It's possible. Right, let's just have a look to see if we change some of these. See, this hasn't got any tyre. Yeah, and we haven't got 2 sets of mediums. So this won't have any tyre to play with either. So let's not bother with that. Right, let's do this then.
Here among the Austrian mountains, the grid is now set. The crowd are ready, the cars are ready. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go.
No, Joe, what happened?
Okay.
Hulkenberg crashed into
There's
him.
been a crash.
You have got to be kidding me.
Now this was at turn 1. The cars jostling for position.
Oh,
Cars
come
coming together
on,
right
Hulkenberg. We were having such a good race as well.
You guys will have a look.
So we've lost 51% of our tyre. And we've got minor damage on 3 different parts. It was the tiniest little touch. I don't understand how the damage works in this game. He touched me with his front wing and I got chassis, rear wing and suspension damage. Come on. And I got major gearbox damage from that as well. So it damaged my gearbox, my chassis, my rear wing, and my suspension. Cheers, Hulkenberg. I'm just going to have to retire. I'm just going to have to retire. Oh, what a nightmare. And we've been having such a good race up until now. Yeah, let's just retire the car. So how much is that going to cost? $1 million. So that's another $1 million in damages from someone else hitting into us, not even from one of our own mistakes. But at least I didn't change my gearbox and get damage on a fresh gearbox, so I suppose that's one thing. Oh dear, what a nightmare. So it's all up to Albon now.
Box, box. Box, box. We retire the car.
Apologies for that.
Right, well, I'm not going to be gaining any more positions with Albon, I don't think. So I'm not sure whether it's worth using the battery at the moment. But it will help us to potentially build up the gap between us and Piastri. Magnussen's going to stick with us. What is happening here? What on earth was all that about? Right, well, Alonso is almost out of DRS of Russell. So there's a chance we could put pressure on Alonso. But we are almost a second behind Alonso as well, so
DRS enabled.
it's highly unlikely.
Currently P9.
Yeah, there's not really much that we can do at the moment. I'm not sure whether using the fuel is worth it right now.
Check the DRS.
Yeah, okay.
Looks like we might have a safety car.
There's a yellow flag now.
Well, that's put us up into 7th. Who was it? Sainz and Hamilton? Oh no, it wasn't Hamilton, he was already back there. Sainz and Ocon. But we're 2 seconds behind Alonso now. So I don't think it's worth pushing the fuel. There's no
Just
particular
increase lifting
purpose
post.
for it right now.
Yeah, copy.
So let's just sit behind Magnussen.
Let's keep pushing.
Well, we got the DRS and overtook him again. There's nothing we can do in terms of tyres. There's no point in doing anything in terms of fuel.
That's good.
We haven't got any battery. So I think one thing I can do is try and harvest the battery. So let's do that
Nice
for a
job,
short
build this
while.
back up.
Okay.
So we just need to make sure we remain within within DRS of Magnussen. Hopefully, while harvesting the battery, Norris doesn't overtake us. He is very close though, so I think let's stop harvesting. Don't really want Norris overtaking us. Okay, we can harvest. Oh no, not quite. Magnussen re-overtook us. If we manage to overtake him, then I'll harvest while we're ahead. If we're behind him, then I'll stop harvesting so we're not in danger of Norris overtaking us. We're actually falling a little bit behind Magnussen. We're catching back up with him now. Ah, there we go. We've actually overtaken him for a brief second. Okay, we're currently ahead, but he might overtake again there. No. Yeah. Okay, so he's overtaken. So we can't do any harvesting at the moment. We're just going to have to accept the position we're in. We're in danger of falling outside of DRS range. Let's see if we can catch back up on him on this next straight. Yeah, back in touch again. We've got Hamilton about to put pressure on us. There's a high chance Hamilton's going to overtake. We might potentially lap Sainz here. Looks like he's got some damage to his car with him running so slowly. Okay, so Hamilton's overtaken both us and Magnussen now. So we're basically in a fight for 8th with Magnussen. Luckily, we got a better pass on Sainz than Norris did. So Norris has ended up falling a little bit further behind, which is good news for us. So I don't want to use any harvesting at the moment, because I don't want to give Norris the opportunity to close the gap again. Although Stroll is now bridging the gap, which is going to give Norris the opportunity to catch back up. Okay, so we've still got another 10 laps until we pit. Let's see if we can use Stroll as a DRS tow. We might. We've already dropped behind him. He's on fresher tyres than us, so it's not really surprising. could use some fuel just to try and stay ahead of Norris for as long as possible, but looks like Russell's about to bridge the gap. Okay, so Norris and Gasly have pitted. Shall I use a bit of fuel to try and stick with Russell for as long as possible? He's already broken the DRS. Ah well, it was worth a go. We could still carry on using the fuel anyway, just to try and stay ahead of Alonso. Well, things are going quite well so far, apart from for Zhou, obviously. But I'm quite happy with the position that we're in, because everybody else looks like they're on a two-stop. And we are still quite far ahead.
The window is open.
Yes, copy.
Okay, so when are we going to pit? I think we'll pit on the 30th. I think that makes the most sense.
Give me feedback on tyres when you can.
They were just going away.
Copy.
So we're currently on the 29th, even though it says 30th in the top left, because that's the leader that's on the 30th. So it's time to pit this lap. And then let's see what happens. Let's see where we come out. We've got practically a full battery, or at least 3/4 of a battery. Oh, we had a bad pit stop, 4.3 seconds. Pit crews let us down, 1.5 seconds at least. That's a shame. Right, so we're going to have to calm down on the fuel usage. So as soon as Piastri overtakes us, I'll calm down on the fuel usage. And then we're going to have to conserve the fuel not long after that. So we're doing a good job so far. I am concerned about the fuel now though. Oh, this
Contact
might
turn
help
one.
us. If it's a safety car, this will help
That's a
us.
lot of debris.
It's not a safety car, okay. Well, let's conserve the fuel now.
Okay, we want to increase lift and coast.
But
Okay.
what we need to make sure is while we're conserving, Piastri doesn't get more than a second ahead of us. Wonder if Piastri's on the same... No, he is on soft, so he is on a 2-stop. Okay, that's good. So let's have a little look. I'm pretty sure everybody else, apart from Perez and Bottas and Ocon. So Perez, Bottas and Ocon are all on 1-stops, and Tsunoda and Sainz. But everybody else around us are all on 2-stops. Right, just need to make sure Piastri doesn't get more than a second ahead now. So it's a bit of a different scenario. This is with us spending the majority of our time looking at this view, but this is the best view for the current situation. But it's not often that I spend much time in this view when I'm not at times 16 speed. So far so good. Everything's looking nice. Piastri's actually dropped quite far behind us. He clearly needs to pit for a fresh set of tyres. And he's gone in for his fresh set now. Okay, we might be able to stop conserving now. We've got another 25 laps practically. So we should be able to get that 0.8 back just from the gradual increase that you get when you're on standard. If we can overtake Magnussen here, that would be fantastic. Just a little bit out of range, unfortunately. Magnussen hasn't pitted again, has he? He has. No way. How did Magnussen manage to get an extra pit in and stay ahead of us? How's that happened? Well, that's no good. So it looks like a 2-stop has worked for Magnussen. That's a shame. So, how far behind Norris are we? 8.5. About 10 seconds. So Norris shouldn't be able to pit and stay ahead of us. I don't know how Magnussen managed to pit and stay ahead of us. So we might still be able to get 10th position here. Let's see how Norris gets on here. So we've got a fair lead on him. Virtual safety car. Right, okay.
There's a VSC. So positive on the Delta.
Yeah,
That's going to help Norris a tiny
Contact
little
in
bit.
turn 1. Debris on track.
Okay, let's have a look at the
Has he got
tyres.
Driver's all okay.
So yeah, I think the highest position we can finish is the position we're in at the moment. We're not going to be gaining any more positions. A full safety car would make it so we're in danger of being overtaken, and it's not going to help us overtake Magnussen, so we definitely don't want a full safety car. There's not really anything we can do in terms of strategy at the moment, so let's just advance the time. I'm going to save the battery. We can push on the fuel now.
We can start reducing lift and coast.
Yes.
So I'm going to save the battery for in case I need it at the end of the race,
Okay.
if Norris catches up with me. But there's no way that we're catching up with Magnussen. Norris is getting dangerously close. Yeah, Norris is going to catch me, and that means Ocon's going to catch me as well. Right. Looks like I'm going to finish 11th. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay with Norris. I need to remain balanced on the fuel. Don't think it's worth using the battery. I haven't got any tyre to play with. So unfortunately, it looks like we're just going to miss out on a point again. So yeah, I think a 2-stop was the way to go. Okay, Ocon's getting dangerously close now. So we might have to fight with Ocon on the final lap. He's just outside of DRS at the moment, but there's 3 laps to go. Is it worth using the battery now to keep him out of DRS? Possibly. But I'm going to save it.
We've got a yellow
Okay.
flag here.
Oh, hopefully this doesn't end up in a safety car. Okay, so Ocon's overtaken us, but we've got a full battery. So,
Yeah, it's just not possible.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Nice.
That's good.
right,
P11.
we've got, I think it's 3 laps left, or 2.5. The rest of this lap and then 2 more. So, when shall I use the battery? That's the question. Because if I overtake him on one of the DRSs, he can re-overtake me on the following
laps to go.
DRS. So if I overtake him on this straight, start-finish straight, he'll definitely overtake me on this long one. If I overtake him on the long one, he might overtake me on this short one. So I either need to try and overtake him on the short one here, or overtake him on the long one. So let's just see what happens. He's actually 1.5 seconds behind us at the moment, so
Use
think-
the overtake.
this is
Okay,
the
okay.
time that we need to try and keep him out of DRS range. So let's go all out attack.
start in the last lap.
Nah, damn it. It was because someone was overtaking us, so he's now 0.3 seconds behind. Let's just see what happens here. So he's not going to overtake us here, so this is the dangerous part, this straight here. This is the last opportunity that he's got to overtake, so let's attack on the
Happy to
tyres.
push.
Looks like we're safe.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
It looks like we're safe. We're going to secure 11th. It's not a point, but it's decent.
Okay, back off. Coffee.
I think getting 11th position in a Williams without any upgrades. I haven't upgraded the car at all this season.
Okay, check a flag.
So 11th position with an unupgraded Williams is an absolutely fantastic
Yeah.
result.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, well done Albon. Unfortunately,
And what
Joe
a
took a
dreadful
beating,
day it ended up being.
but at least it didn't waste a brand new gearbox. So yeah, that was a really good race, both the sprint race and the main race. Yeah, unfortunately, I got the pit stop mistake on the pit, but I don't think it made any difference. Yep, very good. Right, let's have a look at the damage. 3 parts destroyed, gearbox needs replacing. So yeah, over 1 million worth of damage probably. Painful. And we need to replace the side pods on Albon's car as well. It's getting expensive. But that was the Red Bull Ring. Hope you enjoyed it. Join me again in the next one where we'll be at Silverstone. So cheers for watching, take care, and I shall see you soon.